Morning, everybody, and welcome. My name is Pat Bartoli, and like most of you in this room, I work with Howard at the City Council in Manchester. And I've been working with the NOMA team since its inception a good few years ago, and when NOMA was a gleam in the eye of the co-op, to the scale of new and proposed development, which is now so visible. The ethos underpinning the NOMA concept of creating a highly sustainable, mixed-use development for people to live and work shows that you can achieve excellence, including BREEAM excellent, without requiring rentals of £60 square foot, and that place shaping is as much about functionality and amenity as it is about creating buildings. NOMA is not only the epicentre of a new vibrant district of the city centre, but just as importantly is a platform for expanding the city centre's economic energy northwards, providing the opportunity to bring the Lower Irk Valley back into productive use so it can make a full contribution to the life of the city and connecting those communities to the north and around NOMA and beyond to the opportunities that are available in the city centre. Shortly we will see further progress in our wider strategy, particularly at Victoria Station and around the Corn Exchange. But now I'd like to hand over to David Pringle, who's going to present the NOMA Progress Report. Thanks.
The beginning of this year has been a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest. We've got our services infrastructure in place. We've done phase 1 of the public realm. We've moved the ring road. We've now just finished One Angel Square, and the cooperative group will be moving into that building. We concluded a sale and lease back of One Angel Square, which will reinforce the fact that the market really believes that what we're doing at NOMA is a great thing. This year we've been shortlisted for 2 awards at MIPIM, and I think that just shows that we're delivering what people want. We've got planning permission for Hanover, a 100,000 square foot refurbished office building with around 30,000 square feet for some retail or a great restaurant. But really that's business as usual. What we're now coming up for is how we're going to set ourselves up for the next 2-3 years. We don't want to have a cluster of the same businesses here. We want various types who can feed off each other, not only because they're here physically, because there's a real sense of community which is built up through a great digital proposition. That's something that we've been really working on over the past 12 months. So from up here we get a fantastic view of NOMA. It's not a property development, it's going to be a real neighbourhood within Manchester city centre.
Well, good morning everybody. It's great to see everybody here. As you can see, the NOMA team's made some significant progress in the last 12 months, developing our scheme, and that will continue. But as Pat alluded to, schemes are about people, they're not about bricks and mortar. I think the last 12 months has seen a fundamental change in the world economy, and also there's a real recognition now in communities about new economic realities. Businesses have had to change to meet those new realities and are now beginning to operate slightly differently. Their customers are demanding more and more from them, and they're expecting a more personalised offer. So we've actually been doing a bit of research over the past 12 months, and Rory and the rest of the team have been talking to people from across the globe and large international corporations, but also small innovative individuals and companies. And I'd like to share with you some of their observations as to what they now expect from a property development.
When we talk about creative businesses or knowledge industries, neighborhood is incredibly important. Technology development now is intensely collaborative, intensely networked. It spans across organizations, particularly in these fast emerging, high growth, high technology parts of the economy.
What's important for a property offer is to have things taking place to add a certain sense of community and interest about that location. I think that's the type of thing that really excites us and I think is important for our business because we want to retain the people that we have, and part of that is non-monetary. Part of that is the environment that they work in.
The whole idea of the business is simple. It's a workshop in the city. We try to design the product and also design the workshop to make it a feature, and this is what our client, when they visit us, come to see and watch their furniture being made. We know that what our clients are buying is not just a product, but also a story. And what we look for from a landlord is pretty much the same. What sort of story can you deliver along with the product you sell? And of course, the story needs to match or be consistent with ours.
In the context of an ideal city, I think it speaks to our brand. Our location needs to have qualities that express that brand. We like to be able to show that ideal in the sense of where we locate our office, both in the actual building that we're in, but also where that building is in the context of the city that we're located in.
The Lighthouse building is Scotland's centre of architecture and design. It's a key hub. It's also very well located. It's very close to the Central Railway. It's close to a very busy shopping precinct as well. So for us, it was an ideal place to put this type of thing, to blend design with public access as well. Having a good base of creative endeavour and people in the creative community that are willing to share their experiences and share their learning with other people is absolutely crucial.
What businesses need from the sort of physical city, their place of work, their offices, is connectivity. And they can get that through transportation, they can get that through good networks, both inside their building or their workspace as well as outside. The other big thing that companies want to get out of their workspace is access to a very flexible pool of talent that's sort of constantly learning and constantly retraining itself.
It kind of goes without saying that smart people like to be around other smart people. Like any other technology company, we're interested in attracting human capital, quality of life issues, educational and cultural availability. Those are absolutely necessary to be globally competitive.
What every startup needs is flexibility, right? Because you don't know whether you're going to make it or you're not going to make it. And actually, the first thing that happens is a landlord steps up in front of you and says, thanks, I'd like a 5-year lease. What you really want is an entirely set up system that allows you to immediately get going. You want fast cable into the infrastructure. You want all of that to be there and all of the services that manage that. How do you create flexible structures that meet the needs of a property owner, as well as the flexibility that's required from a startup?
I think what the future holds for business is a world that is driven and supported by connectivity anywhere, anytime, any place.
Core challenge, but fundamental to actually establishing the bedrock of an entrepreneurial society.
We actually took 2 key themes from all those interviews, and that was just a selection of the people we spoke to. And what became really clear to us is that actually having a well-specified building it's no longer enough. Talent is attracted by thriving communities, and those communities have to be supported by great places. So the second thing then was, what are they telling us they actually want? And they want to focus on their own growth, they want to focus on satisfying their own customers, rather than becoming embroiled in the distractions of having to establish and start running an office. So I'm going to hand over to Rory Jackson now, who's going to explain to you and talk about the new NOMA offer. Thanks very much.